Let's stay focused. Good morning. Mark Howe, Liz, Jake Wagon, Jake, Donald Goldberg, Supreme Allah, Pat Hawkins, Upper Echelon, oh man, Corporate, and a bunch of my other subscribers. Let's take a walk. Let's go outside. Uh, Mark Howe, the young sir, asked me to make a video on how Golden State will win Game 4, which basically solidifies a sweep. And I'm on the fence about that, Mark. I'm on the fence about that, but we have some different opinions. I think Liz is like, nah, it's not going to be I think Liz said it's going to be a sweep, or it's not. I forgot what she said. I'm sorry, Liz. I was trying to read a bunch of comments. I had like 15 comments to try to go through and try to get a basic idea of how you guys feel. And I left my sitting thing upstairs. Of how you guys really feel. You know what I mean? We got some very strong opinions. We got some people saying, nah, it's not going to be a sweep. And they said it's not going to be a sweep because, I think it's because of money. No, it's because they want to make LeBron James a superhero. I've had a lot of people say that. People are very focused on LeBron James being the position of LeBron James. Not so much a superhero, but it's how LeBron James is positioned in the NBA, in sports, in the world. You know, we need something to look at, something to take our attention off of the madness, the wars that are being started, and nobody knows how. You know, Tomahawk missiles being flown out of Syria, aircraft carriers being dispatched to North Korea. You know, we need something else. We need, you know, don't let the right hand know what the left hand is doing type of thing, type of effect. And how do you do that? You have a game within a game. You know, you have the game of war, and then you have, you know, basketball, which means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing when it comes to pretty much life and death. When it comes to economics, yeah. But when it comes to life and death, nah. It's like, do you really care about this war? You know, or do you care about LeBron James? Most people in America are gonna go, I care about LeBron James. I don't care about, you know, what's going on over there in Syria. I don't, I don't care. Yeah. So that's what's going on. You know, you're getting blindsided. But, you know, but as far as a breakdown of how they would sweep them, if they did, I don't know if I could break it down because I don't know all the names verbatim. But I can talk about the big three, you know, Love, Durant, and Irving. Throwing a little J.R. Smith and a little, who's the other guy, the center? Tristan Thompson. I'm going to tell you right now, listen, I made a video about a week ago or 2 weeks ago talking about how Tristan Thompson was going to falter. And then somebody, uh, an ex-basketball player, was on announcing, was talking about the game, and they were like, you know, what do you think the problem is? And it's funny because they said the Kardashian effect. And, you know, you think it's a joke when you talk about what happened with the Kardashians. But when you really look at the Kardashian effect, it's so intriguing because the Kardashian effect is a lot like the Kennedy effect. And Mark, I know you're kind of young, but you're a smart guy. You know, if you go back and look at what happened to the Kennedys and why it happened to the Kennedys, There's a spiritual element there. If you look at the grandfather of the Kennedys, he was into like prohibition. He was running liquor and all this other stuff, and he cheated his way into money. And then, of course, you have the two sons who both got killed. One of them was President JFK, and the other one, his brother. And then you look at JFK's son. He died in a plane accident along with his soon-to-be wife. Disappeared off the map just like that. So when you look at the Kardashian effect, you're like, okay, the father Kardashian was a lawyer who was one of OJ's lawyers. He got OJ off. And everybody knows OJ did it. OJ even said he did it. He wrote a book about it. I did it and I'll do it again, pretty much. So OJ did it. They get OJ off of murder. The father dies soon after. He didn't die of old age. He didn't die of natural causes. He died. He's dead. Johnny Cochran's dead, who was also the lawyer. Johnny Cochran's dead. And then you got just the way people fall apart messing around with them damn Kardashians. Kanye West, we don't even know where his head is. I mean, his wife is pretty much trying to get away from him. Lamar Odom drugged out, gone. And now they're like, okay, Tristan Thompson scores 0. When you ask for a breakdown from me, Mark, you got to know I'm going to go through history. It's not just going to be all basketball. I'm going to tell you what I know and bring it all to fruition. Do I think it's going to be a sweep? I think it's highly, highly possible. Do I think that Golden State's still going to win? Yes. But do I think it's going to be a sweep? 90% of me says yes, 10% of me says, I'm sorry, 60% of me says yes, 40% of me says no, only because of what people were saying is correct about flashing LeBron James in front of everybody, making him seem like a hero in order to get our minds off of the wars and the murders and all that other stuff that's imminent and it is about to touch down here in the United States. They want us to ignore it. They want us to ignore all the people who are getting slaughtered in the street, here in America. Ignore the fact that, these people are getting off, and they're murdering people left and right, and they're just getting off with it. So what? Another person dies. Who cares? Just ignore it. Hey, LeBron James, over here. Look. If you look at the skit that Melissa McCarthy did, she did a skit. She was Sean Spicer, and she was like, you know what? But there's going to be a special viewing of Finding Dory. Hey, but Finding Dory, that's something, right? She was doing that and playing Sean Spicer because that's what they do. They flash something in our face to get our minds off of what's really going on in the world and the horrible things that we should be standing up against. Anyways, as far as the breakdown is concerned, here's what I'm looking at. I told you guys Tristan Thompson was going to fall by the wayside. LeBron James yelled at Tristan Thompson during the playoffs. Got on him when they was up against, I think, the Celtics. Not the Celtics. I'm sorry. When they was the Raptors, I believe so. And he was like, "Yo, you got to come with it." When I saw that, I knew Tristan Thompson was going to be a problem. I was like, "This is going to happen again." And what happened? He scores 0. Falling by the wayside. Okay, so you got that. Then you got LeBron James just pretty much admitting that he's overpowered. That was something for him to get on stage and admit that to me. He says, "I never played against a team." He says, and I played against a lot of teams. He said, but he never played against a team with this much firepower. And as a player, somebody, you guys have played sports before, and young ladies, you play sports before, when you're outdone. When the person that you're playing against or the team you're playing against, when they're better than you. And what does that do for you? It kills your confidence. You start talking like LeBron James is talking. See, people want him to come alive and do all this superhero stuff. But the truth is, Kevin Durant being on that team is just too much. LeBron James wouldn't have never talked like this last year. He wouldn't have never said anything. That wouldn't have never came out of his mouth. Why? Because he knew he can handle it. This year, it's just too much. So do I think they're going to sweep them? No. But do I think they're going to win? Absolutely. It's just too much. It's like I can only do so much. He scores, what, 40-something points, 40-something points, and then Irving scores 30-something points, 70 points altogether between the two of them. 70 points, and it still didn't get it done. It's just too much. It's too much. I think that, on the other side of the coin, I think that players like Klay Thompson, and I told you guys this before. I told you guys that Klay Thompson was going to come alive. He's going to hit that perimeter. It's going to be over. See, we're so busy watching Kevin Durant, you forget about those other players. I told you Klay Thompson was going to come alive. Boom, shoot the lights out. Hold on a second. You guys know I got allergies. Anyways, that's exactly what's happened. Klay Thompson from the outside, bang, over. Tristan Thompson doing nothing on the inside, over. Steph Curry breaking more records, over. Kevin Durant, first game 38, second game 33, 34, third game 31, fourth game, Kevin Durant loses his damn mind. Scores 40 points. Unless they hurt him. Unless J.R. Smith goes in there, hits him in his cankles, slows Durant down. Somebody from the inside catches him with an elbow. Unless you do something physical to that man, it's over. There's your breakdown. It's already been broken down. The stage has already been set, Mark. Look at each game and dissect it, and you'll see the same rhythm. The only thing that's differentiated each game to me is pretty much, I told you guys before in game one, Kyrie Irving was going to have to step up and really give it to him. He did that in game two. He did that in game three, even more. He stepped up and he gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? They lost by what, 5? He came with the business. Still didn't help because Kevin Durant is the real MVP. Now, upper echelon is like, screw Kevin Durant. I'm with you. I told you guys I didn't like the fact that Kevin Durant did that whole move, but I understood it financially. He wanted that ring. He's going to go back to, OKC, maybe. And some of you are like, nah, he's going to go to Washington. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. And you're saying that because of the Eastern Conference. I don't really know that much about the Eastern Conference. I don't know about any conference. But I'm like, okay, so, more power in the East. I'm like, all right. I'm for that. I'm for making the game even. So if he goes somewhere and it makes the game even, I'm with that. 100%. I'm not with the lopsided. Maybe I shouldn't sit outside and do videos. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I'm for making the game even. Not to, and some of you are saying, I think upper echelon, you said that Kevin Durant he's not going to be there next year. Now this is where I disagree because he has a 2-year contract. You know what I'm saying? This is just his first year, and this is why it makes this is why it's so ugly. because Kevin Durant has a 2-year contract. They're not going to lose any other upper echelon players, no pun intended, but they're not going to lose any of those first five if they don't want to. It's just like, why? Where are we going to go? We're sitting at the top of the pile. Not only that, we're about to go 16-0. You know what I'm saying, in the playoffs, which no team has ever done it before. You have your Lakers, I think that went 15-1, and then you have your Celtics, I think that went 15-1. One of those teams lost to the 76ers. So you have that record that's about to be broken, and they're just like, I mean, they have the best backcourt, shooting team ever right now. Steph Curry is shooting 17 to 20 footers. What what do you do with that? What do you do with that when the man is basically shooting from half court and it's going in? Who do you put on him? Who? Who's going to stop that? You know what I'm saying? So there's your breakdown. Listen, if those boys want to run Cleveland off the doggone court, they'll do it. They'll do it. It's just way too much. It's uneven. They want to run them off the court. All Steph Curry has to do is come down and get outside the perimeter and run that scoreboard up. And it'll be easily done. It'll be easily done. If not, then they'll start going to the middle. They'll start feeding the ball on the inside and then kick the ball out again, run the scoreboard up. When you got somebody who can shoot that far, that good, and shoot the ball and then look at you and then the ball goes in, it's just hard to defend. And then Kevin Durant is putting 30 points on the board, just those two alone, and then you got Clay. Then you got, all the other players who are doing whatever. And you got Green, who's about to, he's about to beat somebody up because because they were arguing with his mother in the stands. If you guys didn't see that, some guy wanted to fight Green's mother. It's like what are we doing? So he's pretty pissed off right now too. He's gonna hack somebody. I'm sorry to say this, Cleveland fans, but it just doesn't look good. For Cleveland fans, I hope there is some type of miracle to come back. But but somebody also said that if it does happen, the NBA will expose themselves. I think the house wins. I think the house wins. I think Vegas is going to take it. They chose Golden State. I think they're going to win it. I don't know if it's going to be a sweep. But listen, they have to hold on for how many more games? For 4 games? I tell you what, Mark. I'll tell you what, though. I tell you what. What if they go get one of the mixed bag of nuts? You know what I'm saying? What if they go get just some random player out of nowhere? Who would that player be? Who would that player be? What if they just got some just some dude and got him on Kevin Durant's? Kevin Durant is like the number 3 player, so a distraction maybe. I keep saying you'd have to take his knees out, but the game is so grimy now. The game is so grimy now. They could just hire somebody just for game 4. Just for game 4. Mark, they might hire you. Just for game 4. Now, you guys can't tell me that is not a reality today. They might just go grab somebody just for game 4. Get in there, so and so. Who's that dude from the Spurs that got hurt by Zaza? Get in there. Here's $20 million to play for this game. Hey, do not be surprised if you see some random ass player in there played for another team not even 30 days ago. Do not be surprised. And let me tell you something. If that happens, all you people who think the NBA ain't fixed, sit down. Don't say nothing. Don't say a thing. Listen, if they don't sweep them, all you people who think the NBA is fixed, don't say it. Don't say a word. Don't say a word, because like somebody said, they're not going to expose themselves. They're going to sweep them. If they come back and win a game, especially if they win two, it's just going to be it's the only way they won last year is people got fouled out. Draymond Green fouled out. They had to do it. There's your breakdown, Mark. It has to be injuries on Golden State side. They're gonna have to take out one of the big three or the big four. It's gonna have to be injuries. It's gonna have to be Cleveland's gonna have to throw in another player or throw in another player. These are your options. Injury to take out Kevin Durant in Game 4 before halftime. Before the halftime. Injury to take out Kevin Durant or foul him out. One or the other. But see, they've been trying to foul Kevin Durant, but he's been getting the and one on him. What happened in Game 2? I was like, why do you keep fouling Kevin Durant and he's getting the and one on you? And that's exactly what's happened. So he keeps running up the scoreboard because you keep trying to foul him or make him foul you. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get him to run into you and whatnot to get the offensive foul. It isn't working. The dude is too smart. It isn't working. So it's either get Kevin Durant out of there some kind of way, add in a player who's going to watch Kevin Durant. Those are your two options. The Cleveland's just don't have enough firepower to stop him. They don't. Even if they win a game, my antenna's gonna go straight up like who? And then you start looking at the statistics. When you start breaking down the stats, who did what, triple double here, who it's gonna be something. It's gonna be one of those guys decided we're gonna let them win one. They decide that. Curry, we only want you to score 10 points. Just score 10. We're gonna sit you down in the second quarter. We're gonna sit you down, and at the end of the fourth quarter, we're gonna sit you down. We'll let them win. Durant, we want you just to score 20 points. We're gonna slow everything down. Clay, we want you to stay the same because we want to give them something to talk about. Clay had a great game. He scored 30 points. Whatever. We know Clay is not really who we're looking at. But if you can hold Kevin Durant and if you can hold Curry to 25 points combined, there's your game. LeBron scores 40 points. Irvin scores 30 points. J.R. Smith comes alive, starts hitting again from outside the three. Starts banging them from outside the three too, like a constant. Like 4 in a row. Boom! Smith from the outside. It's J.R. Smith. From the outside. Thompson slams a couple times and makes you, feel like he's something again. Just boom! Come down on somebody's head. It's Thompson from the inside, side. Boom, there's your game. There's your one for Cleveland. Here's your 3-1. That's my breakdown, Mark. That's the best I can do for right now. Although I don't think it's going to happen, but that's all I got. It's your boy Tone 202. Thanks to all my new subscribers. Thanks for watching. Peace.